Good evening, good evening. I'm Dr. Floyd Jeter. I am lifelong resident, grew up downtown Jersey City. I am a professor at NJCU. I'm currently the Chief Diversity Officer for the City of Jersey City. I sit on numerous boards, Hudson County Mental Health Board, Hudson County Planning Board. What don't I do? I'm Vice President, second vice of NAACP. But what I do a lot more so is make sure that small business, minority-owned business get a chance to get contracts with the city, making sure that I partner and give free workshops out to small businesses. So I partner with NJCU, Hudson Community College, and St. Peter's to do a workshop series across the board. But we also look at youth programs. I'm a part of BUILD program. This was a Boys Undergoing Intensive Leadership and Development. We started that with Charles Maynard. I'm a co-founder of that. So I'm about youth programs. Affordability, yes, we're all going to talk about that. But the one thing I'd say, we got to make sure that our economic system is correct and that we have transparency. So I think the best thing is to have a dashboard from the city that people, the residents, can see what the city is spending so that we have a voice in it, so we have that complete transparency. I'm Dr. Floyd Jeter. I grew up downtown Jersey City, which I can't afford to live down there now. Let's be honest. But what it is that most times people don't hear you or they're not feel like they're being heard. So what you have to do is sometimes have a transparency, but also be accessible. Right now I'm in City Hall, but most of the contractors that I've dealt with don't feel like they can come to City Hall. So I make it an open door policy. Most any contractor or any individual needing help can always come to Jersey City Hall. I tell them pull up. Just come there and ask for me. But what it is that people want you to know that you have lived experiences, that you didn't just come from privilege, that you didn't just come from opportunity, that you actually put some skin in the game. I'm born and raised in Jersey City. Jersey City is in my DNA. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to be accessible. I'm going to walk up and down the block, but I'm going to be able to be seen, not just heard, but everybody else is going to be able to talk to me. And sometimes we get these, in these positions, we're looking for at-large council person, but after you get these seats, nobody can find you. It's like, where's Waldo? I'm still here. I'm still in the building. I'm not going nowhere. Born and raised in Jersey City, I am stick to it. My students, I worked at NJCU as a professor for 10 years. My students still to this day could call me or check on me. I haven't moved. I'm in Ward A, of course. I can't be in E no more, but I'm in A. And that's what it is. I think it's accessibility, accountability, but also responsibility. But also being a human. People forget that people have problems. You cannot be so high and mighty where you can't talk to someone and try to reach them or let them reach you. Sometimes you got to go where they're at as opposed to bring them to where you at. So sometimes just being accessible, transparency, accountability, making sure people are a priority as opposed to big businesses, making sure that we are not overlapping in departments, making sure that we're not, two departments aren't doing the same thing, which we know is possible in Jersey City. But we also got to understand that we need people, and I say this and I'm going to emphasize being a nerd that I am, research. Let's have focus groups. Let's have conversations. Let's really talk about what the budget looks like. Let's put people first as opposed to just making up hypothetical numbers or just saying this is what looks good. Ask people what they want. And I have this problem with my grandchildren. I tell them what they're going to do, but they say, Papa, that's not what we want. So it usually goes by what they want that works. The same as people. We want to be heard. We want transparency, but we want understanding. We want you to believe in us, but we want you to understand and trust that what we're saying matters to us. And sometimes I think people's voices need to be heard. Too long, City Hall has been muting people because they don't want to hear the truth. The truth is we need to do the right thing. We did talk about the dashboard, but one thing I've done thus far since I've been in the city is I've created a forecast. Each department has a forecast. They know what they spent last year. Let's see what it is. This is where we could get ahead of that spending. How do we get it? So if everybody knows what they're spending, now we can have a budget and look at prior numbers versus this year to see what contracts are going up. Is there annual contract or biannual? How do we do that? How do we make sure that we build that? Also, again, we got to reinforce those ordinances or those tickets that are, there's like writing tickets for scooters or whatever. We got to start getting money in, but we also need to know where the money is being spent. And a lot of these agencies are doing the same thing. And a lot of resources are being spent out of the house when we can do our own garbage pickup, when we can do our own things here. What we're doing is always looking for outside help when we need help inside. Charity starts at home. From a different angle. I'm a certified alcohol and drug counselor, and I work with reentry a while. Usually, mental health addiction happens and before the 911 call. So we need to be proactive. We need to have preventive programs in place. Sometimes we are just always waiting for the fire as opposed to being able to have the fire extinguisher and fire safety, all things in place. So what we're always doing, we're always running behind the problem as opposed to getting in front of the problem. The crisis is going to happen. So safe communities are built through investment, not intimidation. I'm going to say that again because I think it needs to be said. Safe communities are built through investment, not intimidation. When we go around, we don't try to understand people. We try to tell them what it is. And again, if you don't know a problem, you don't understand addiction or mental health. I sat on the mental health board for 6 years. So there's bipolar, there's co-occurring disorders, and we need to start addressing the problem before it happens. Again, we need to get ahead of it as opposed to, we need to be proactive instead of reactive. And sometimes we're always waiting for the pen or the other shoe to drop. Sometimes we got to pick it up and run with it and do the job. And youth programs are a big thing that we need to invest in. Again, youth programs like Build and other programs that we could get these kids and our youth and people out of harm's way prior to going in. He reminds us that first we have to understand the economics and where people are. And we have to get a mentality where people may be renters now. How do we get them to home ownership? But we have to make sure that there's places or policies in place or even programs that where we can help them become first-time home buyers, stay in their homes, seniors to stay in their homes. Right now, we're being priced out everywhere. And what we have to do is make sure that in that budget as well, how do we make sure that we budget or have programs that increase home ownership, help renters stay in their house, but also keep the landlords in compliance. A lot of people are not living in compliance or they're slumlords. And what it is that people are being evicted or being ostracized because of the area, the south side of Jersey City is not as good as downtown. So we got to have that mentality that everybody matters, every person is a human, and we got to treat them as such, but we got to have government to make sure that we are enforcing it, not just in the south side, but downtown as well, in every area. And again, I can't emphasize, I grew up downtown and I can't afford downtown, not because I don't like it, because it's too expensive and because we're not making sure that it's across the board. Equity is not what it is for everyone, and every ward deserves someone, a representation in that area where we're building programs to keep people in their homes, not lose their home, but get renters to become. What the city does well. They hired me as the chief diversity officer. So we talk about Jersey City being the most diverse city in the world. I know for a fact that the Office of Diversity and Inclusion have created and worked with programs in schools and other anchor institutions and making sure that small business, minority-owned businesses have potential to become vendors of the city. And what I have done is provide grants, access to capital, workshops for free. Again, free 99. We have done that from the city point of view. Now, again, what the city have not done well is invest in the people that live here, that are born here, that have been like really Margaret Hay. Anybody know Margaret Hay? If you were born in Margaret Hay, you're Jersey City. What we have to do now is start putting more into investing in our people instead of just looking at the vibrant of the city. Nothing is vibrant if you can't afford it. It's simple. If I can't afford where it looks nice, it means I'm being priced out. So we got to understand what we're looking for and how we're. Short term, we need to invest in our people. Long term, make sure that we're keeping everybody diverse and included in everything we do and being transparent. And I continue to say a dashboard where people can see how the city is spending the money. We need to know where the money is. Show me the money.